sexy, though. The party will be held in the Georgia Ballroom in the Crown Plaza Hotel, located at 590 West Peachtree Street, Northwest ATL, starting at 10 p.m. Atlanta's own DJ Cowboy playing all the old school hits. You know how he do. It's going to be crazy. Last year at Asia, 4 years ago at Shout, this year at the Crown Plaza. Bananas! Advance tickets are $20 for a limited time, so get yours at theclassicparty.eventbrite.com. Last year, over 1,000 people kicked it hard at ATL with your boy. And to quote the great Sidney Poitier, let's do it again. See you in Atlanta. This is the Doug Stewart Show, live and in effect on this Thursday afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining your boy. You can text me at 770-847-0536, or you can email me 404-382-0338. The funnest show on turf, baby. That's what we dubbing this show. The funnest show on turf. Thank you so much for joining your boy. You can also email me, Doug at thedugstewartshow.com. And folks have been texting and tweeting and all of that stuff. Says, Doug, stop messing with the buttons. That's my boy Kevin Sanford. Yes, Kevin, I'm sorry. Also from Mike says, but it will conflict, and I guess he's talking about the show Blackish, with Unsung on TV One, but Unsung series is almost over for the year. I guess he's saying this. That's from Mike, M-Y-T-E. Talking about the show Blackish and the fact that it comes on the same time slot with Unsung, which I like Unsung as well. I like Unsung. I got all those like saved on DVR. So that's what we're doing today. Having a little fun. The Dougie Daily question is your favorite sitcom of all time, based off the show Blackish starting last night. What are your thoughts on that show? Did you like Blackish? I kind of liked it. And also talk about one of your favorite sitcoms of all time. And I talked about Curb Your Enthusiasm on HBO. Obviously, Sanford and Son. You can't beat Sanford and Son. Like, I think if they probably, and you would think that Sanford and Son really only like appeals to the black population, but that's untrue. I got so many friends, white friends, that love Sanford and Son, and they can quote you lines. You know, Esther, you so ugly, you can take your face and make some gorilla cookies. You know, anything. I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth. Any line from Sanford and Son, anybody, not just one group of people, can identify with it. Because it's classic, you know, classic. And so I'm getting your thoughts on that, and want to hear what you have to say as far as your favorite sitcoms of all time. All right, the number is 404-382-0338. An Oklahoma woman says in a lawsuit that Dallas Cowboy owner Jerry Jones paid her for at least 4 years to prevent her from reporting an alleged sexual assault. Okay. I want you to pay very close attention to this story, then I'll get to the point in a second. Jana Weckerly's attorney, Thomas Bowers, filed an updated lawsuit Monday that accuses Jones of forcibly touching Weckerly's genitals and kissing her on the lips without her consent more than 5 years ago, then bullying her into not reporting the alleged attack. The lawsuit seeks more than $1 million in damages. Jones has denied Weckerly's allegations, and the Cowboys on Wednesday referred to an earlier statement from Jones' attorney Levi McCatherine, calling the claims completely false. Quote, "This is nothing more than an attempt to embarrass and extort Jerry Jones," McCatherine said in the statement made immediately after the lawsuit was initially filed September 8th. Here's the thing. Allegedly, she's saying that Jerry Jones is extorting her. Now, Jerry Jones is saying she's extorting him now. My whole question about this story is you're saying that Jerry Jones paid you hush money for 4 years. So what are you suing for? Supposedly, if he paid you money for 4 years, you kept it, right? Am I missing something about this story? Is there part of this story that I don't understand? You know, he's been paying you and you've been taking it. So I guess maybe he stopped paying you and now you're trying to get another lick at the end? The whole thing doesn't make sense. Like, if you were being bribed, evidently you took the bribe money. So why are you suing now? Because he asked you not to speak. Now you're speaking. So I guess your money's being cut off. So now you're trying to get some more money. And the whole thing is very confusing. The updated version of the lawsuit filed this week, parts of which were blacked out when publicly released per a judge's order, claims Jones and the Cowboys sent money to her account from 2009 until at least July 2013, the lawsuit says. Her bank records can prove the payments occurred, though no records are included in her court filing. What? Wait a minute. She also accused Jones, the Cowboys, and a longtime lawyer for Jones of taking her cell phone's memory card. That's some gangster-ish right there, which contained photos that were then leaked and posted on the internet. Reckley's updated lawsuit accuses Jones of working to keep her from reporting the assault until after the statute of limitations expired. The whole story is very, very strange. I mean, very strange, because how can you sue somebody because they asked you to be quiet, but then you were quiet because they were paying you? Here's one from J. Mitch. Jerry Jones saying, these hoes ain't loyal. Yeah, these hoes ain't loyal. Yeah, he paid you for 4 years to keep your mouth shut. Evidently, you took the money. Like, I can't find anywhere where it says that she didn't take the money, or she sent the money back, or she put the money in an envelope and, stashed it under her mattress. I haven't been able to find that anywhere. So it's a very, very strange story. I don't get it at all. So you got extortion on both sides. You got Jameis Winston saying he's being extorted by the young lady that says that he raped her last year. And then now you got this. All types of extortion going on in the world of sports. And it does appear like Jerry's ducks are in a row with this. And if the Cowboys wired her this money and she's saying that they can prove it, okay, so what? You can prove that Jerry Jones sent you money. What does that have to do with anything? And maybe an attorney can give me a call or hit me on Twitter and give me the basis of this lawsuit. It seems like everybody was on the same team. Everybody was, in agreement. I'm going to send you a couple of dollars. You keep your mouth shut. And she evidently took it for 4 years, not 4 weeks or 4 days, 4 years. She took this money. So why are you talking about it now? Does it make sense? Here's a tweet from Mite, M-Y-T-E. Isn't Jerry Jones married? She's suing because she wanted more money and he cut it off. He says cut it up. I guess he means cut it off. And I agree. And it almost sounds like this whole thing is just trying to embarrass Jerry Jones. Not that I care if Jerry Jones get embarrassed or not. Jerry Jones ain't never put $1 in my pocket. But I don't get it. I just don't get it. So we want to get your thoughts on that. 404-382-0338. You can also text me at 770-847-0536. What do you think about that? What are some of your favorite sitcoms of all time? That's your Dougie Daily question. We're talking about Blackish. I actually liked the show last night, so conversation has sprouted into Good Times. No one's mentioned Good Times. Not even on Twitter, on Facebook. Here's one from Ronald Cameron. Good to see you back on the radio, Doug. Sanford and Son was the best sitcom of all time. And when they had the great Paul Mooney producing some of those shows, the traffic ticket episode, which was a classic episode, those were the classics. Appreciate the emails. Comes from my boy Ronald Cameron. Thanks for the tweet. The traffic ticket episode is where they're in court. Lamont got a ticket. And Fred went to court for him, and Fred basically wanted to act like his attorney. And Lamont didn't want him to do it, obviously. So Fred's arguing the case, and he says something to the judge. Can he get a fair trial? He can't get a fair trial in this court. And the judge was like, why can't he? He's like, look around, and, these are the only people that are getting charged with crimes are black people. And the judge was like, that's not true. He's like, what do you mean? Why come we don't see any white people that's getting charged or coming to see you today, Judge? And Fred screams out, look around, Judge. There's more ninjas in here to make a Tarzan movie. You got enough to make a Tarzan movie. One of the classic lines from the show as well. So, yeah, just a classic show. Fantastic writing. And Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney actually was what was his name on the Dave Chappelle show? Negro Damas. That was his name. So Paul Mooney's been in comedy. We used to have him on the show all the time. And actually, we're going to do a fun Friday along with the Football Friday, where we're going to have on a comedian guest to talk, some sports, as well as give you some laughs on a fun Football Friday. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, we used to have Paul Mooney on the show all the time. Just real deep brother. Real deep brother. Very, very smart. Very controversial. You'll say some things that'll piss off a lot of people, but very, very good comedian. Very, very talented as well. So yeah, you better believe that. All right. Satchel Paige, Kansas City Athletics, who played for the Kansas City Athletics, at the age of 59, pitched 3 shutout innings against the Boston Red Sox. I talked a little bit earlier about Willie Mays. Satchel Paige is another one of those great names in sports, in the Negro Leagues especially. He pitched the 3 shutout innings against the Boston Red Sox at the age of 59. He about to get Social Security, and he's still pitching shutout innings. That's unbelievable. That's another unbelievable thing on this Throwback Thursday. The great Satchel Paige and the great Willie Mays. Willie Mays, which I think maybe, I don't know, 3 shutout innings, you don't know who the competition is. You don't know if he was just pitching against a horrible team. You don't know the players at that time, which is a great thing for a 59-year-old to pitch 3 shutout innings. But I really think at the age of 34, back in 1965, for Willie Mays to hit 50 home runs in a single season, what? Is crazy. And then he set the record for the youngest to hit 50 home runs 10 years earlier. Like, I didn't think guys were hitting 50 and 45 and 50 home runs routinely. I know people had done it back in the 1960s. And so that says a lot. Not in the steroid era. So he was pretty much clean. So that's an incredible feat as well on this Throwback Thursday, that Willie Mays could do something like that. Incredible. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also text me at 770-847-0536. Would you like to work with the Doug Stewart Show? I'd like to work with you. I definitely would. Email me, Doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and let's do some business, and let me promote your brand and your company, because we are growing every single day. As I mentioned earlier, we had a dude from the Netherlands chiming in. So they listening to me over there in the Netherlands. You can't beat that. So I'm looking for listeners to the show, people that like the Two Live Stews and the way that we did sports talk, real sports talk, having fun sports talk, talking pop culture and entertainment. I'd like for you to pass the word and tell 1, 2, 3 people. That'd be good if you pass the word and got that many people listen to the show, because I'm trying to have 1 million listens. I'm trying to have 1 million listens in a day, more than that. But that's the goal, to have the show listened to more than 1 million times in a day. All right? And that's between the live show, the re-airings, the podcast. You can do it in a multitude of ways. You can hear the Doug Stewart Show. And we're going to have the biggest guest, have the most fun, have bits. I'm still in negotiations with little Jorge. I'm still in negotiations with that little dude. Yeah. My nephew, we used to have on the show all the time back in the day, trying to get him on. He was a great segment, but the kid wants some money, and I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Even if I had it, it's the principle. I'm not giving my nephew money to come on my show. So we're going to have all of those type things going on this show each and every day from Monday through Friday from 11 to 1. But once again, and you are listening to the Doug Stewart Show, once again, you don't necessarily, there's millions of ways that you can hear it. Re-airing the show, podcasts, all right? So, and also you can go to thedougstewartshow.com and listen to the show live right there as well. Apps with Spreaker and with the Doug Stewart Show, all over the place. We all over the place on this show, having a good time, having a great time talking about sports. I mentioned briefly Good Times. I should give a little bit more conversation to Good Times. Good Times is one of those classic shows. And when you start seeing these shows where they encompass the main focus is on a black family, and you can talk about, I don't know, the Jeffersons. I got to give that some conversation in a second too as well. You can talk about the Jeffersons. You can talk about the Cosby Show now with this Blackish show that came on last night. Good Times, to me, most represents my household. My father, my old man, was James Evans Sr. reincarnated. Yes, and I think a lot of people can agree.